はい、HataQです。キングダムズ・オブ・アマラー、続きをやっていきましょう。で、次、ここのクエストが良さそうだね。ここなんだ？船長を探す。ベラニフェレア。どれのことだろう。まあ、なんかここ飛べば大丈夫かな。で、この先、あの辺にいるはずだね。どこだいた。宝箱先に開けちゃおう。OK。
What am I going to do? I've got to be going, but I can't. And I can't go back to Doveyan, but I must. The war, my friend. The war. I've been called. The truth is, I should have been gone days ago. Only I'd be far more eager for the adventure if I had my family arms with me. They're in there, Doveyan. You're serious, aren't you? Well, with any luck, the old staff and talisman are still in one piece back there, though I have my doubts. I'd pay just to know if they are or not. Thing is, Doveyan's an official army post now. To get in, you'll need an officer's pass. Well, you need to get into Doveyan. For that, you'll need an officer's pass. You might borrow one. Or get hold of a forgery. Mooncamp might be good for that. I am the rightful heir to Doveyan. Or I was, at any rate. I've spent the last few years in lovely old Rathir, pretending like a fool nothing would change. Honestly, I feel like a hare hunted by hawks out here. It was my home. That was before I deeded it to the Alfar army and went to Rathir with my pocket full of gold. It went 10 years untouched by the Tuatha foe. That's common knowledge. 10 years stuck in a cold stone prison was how I saw it. Nothing like it anywhere in Amalur, I promise you. Beauty, elegance, wisdom. There's no putting it to words, really. By tradition, an Arn bears staff and talisman to battle. My brother bore them in Oriator's stand and died of his wounds 3 days after. Only I left them in Doveyan when I gave it to the army. Goodness only knows where they are, or what shape they're in now. Arn family history's riddled with this cursed war. My father and brothers have done so much for the cause, I shouldn't have to lift a finger. Hurry if you can. They might find me any moment.
さあ、次。家宝の武器。武器をゲットしろっていうのかな。でも意外に近場だな。っていうか普通に飛べる感じだな。で、ここに入れと。正しい鍵がなければ開かない。なんだよ、正しい鍵がなければ開かないって。
This is Doveyan. You an officer? Got an officer's pass? No pass, no entry. That's right, officers only. If you've got a pass, show it here. Bloody likely story. Better scram before I lock you up for attempted impersonation and bribery. Got one? Then show it here. Of whom? The Arns? If you've seen that scoundrel Clieth, we've been looking for him. There's a reward for turning in deserters, you know. Wow, you don't say. Daring little sot. Have this for leading us to him. We'll take it from here. You won't find a deserter, sure, but you're not an officer. Sorry, no entry. It's a privilege to wear the steel helm. All who do should be proud. I gave my captain back chalk once, just once. And what do I get? 3 months guard duty, day and night. This here's our base, barracks and storehouse west of the Forian Strait. It played a bigger role back when the war raged where you and I stand now. But that was near on 10 years back.
これはどうすりゃいいんだろうな。ここを開けるためのクエストを別にやんなきゃまずそうだね。説得がうまくいかなかったらどうすんだ。この通行証どうすりゃいいか。嘘つきゃいいのかな。ってことは通行証を先に入れるためのクエストをしなければいけないんだよね。そのクエストって何って話になるんだけど、そしたらね、次のクエストに行こう。今度こっち側行こう。あと一応室内がまだありそうなんだよね。クエストでやってない場所。なので、室内のクエストとかで発注される可能性もあるんだよね。まあ順番にやってきゃぶつかるかもしんないし。
Anala led a group of refugees to the town of Kuln. I warned her not to go, but she's always been a strong-willed girl. I should have heard from her by now, and the caravanners say that bands of Tuatha have landed on the coast. If anything happened to Anela, I don't know what I'd do. Please, help me. So you can pocket it and leave town? I think not. You will? At last! Mitharu bless you, friend. Anela led the refugees to the ruins of Kuln on the Tuwili coast. Look for her there. If she's hurt, bring her back safely. If she's dead... The ruins lie south of Rathia and the old battleground. If there's trouble, the settlers may have hidden, possibly in the village. I'm a merchant originally of Kulm, and I have seen my share of grief. I know what Kulm meant to her. She was just a child when we fled. But this is folly. The village stood alone along the Tuwili coast, overlooking the sea. It was one of the first places to fall when the Tuatha invaded. Kuln has been abandoned for years, and it's a place best forgotten. Anela was determined to rebuild it, though. It's the land that lies along the western edge of the Forian Strait. The coast bore the brunt of the Tuatha invasion 10 years ago. Even though the Tuatha army is held inside Cluricon, small groups can sneak through the mountains and across the water. It's happened before. If the rumors are true, Anela and the refugees will be right in the path of any raiders. This is my adopted home. The people have been good to me here. But there is no use talking to them of certain things. I gave up trying long ago. I told her it was too dangerous. Why wouldn't she listen?
さあ、じゃあ今度このクエスト受けていきましょうか。廃墟の中から。クルンへ向かう。クルン。そうや、家の中も受けてない可能性あるからな。その辺もあれなんだよな。いくつか受けてないところ。おー、これか。ここはちなみに入れない。地下廃墟。おお、人がいるぜ。すごいポーズで待ってんね。
Thank Mitharu. I thought I'd die here, the last of Kuln's settlers, alone. Anela and the foragers were out when the Tuatha came. It was a massacre until they returned and drove them off. She and the others set off for Verki, where Anela said they came from. If you've got any hope of finding her alive, you'll get there quickly. Verki, head south through the narrow pass, then turn east. If you want to help her, you better go now. She promised we'd rebuild Kuln. Should have known that was impossible. Can't blame her. We chose to come here, hoping that war was far enough gone that we might rebuild. All around you, this was Kuln. It might have been again, but now everyone is gone. Damn Tuatha. When we arrived, there was nothing here. Then, like a second dawn march, they were everywhere. Why do they hate us? They're not like the other Fae. Stronghold in southern Tawili, mostly destroyed during the war. It was after the Tuatha's first defeat in Erethal. They were scattered, but regrouped south of Tawili. Under cover of night, they marched north, and with the dawn attacked Rathir. General Telera's forces cut them off and drove them back into the sea. Anyone who could fight had left to forage. When the Tuatha finally came, there was no one to resist. After 10 years spent wandering the plains, we thought we could rebuild our homes. How could we be so wrong?
で、迎え。なんかどっか、遠出させられそうだね。ここは入ったことあるかな？ないな。さあ、いろいろと探らにゃいけないか。まずはこれ。結構鍵消費したな。煩わしいな、こんなの。もうなんか100本やるから、あと全部開けてくれ。もういいよ、100本預けるから。あと全部オートでやってくんねえか。もうなんか鍵開けが、何の、なんか意味もなしてない状態になってるから、必要ないんだよな。
Die, Tuatha! I appreciate the help,
Okay.
but my work here isn't done. Unless you're going deeper into Verki, I'll take my leave. I'm not going back until the work is done. You'll just have to help. They're coming in through the water gates in the depths of this place. They must have found them. That's their way in. Unexpected, but thank you. With you here, we just might make it. Let's go. At the bottom, of course. They were used to let boats in. You can be sure we'll find more Tuatha along the way. I should have sent word, but I wanted to give him good news from Coln. Tell him things had gotten better. But they never did. And it's my fault that the refugees were lost. What did my father say of me? I can look after myself. Though I'm grateful for your help all the same. After 10 years, we thought we could rebuild. I led them here, and here they died. The idea was mine, as is the blame. We were out looking for supplies. Came home to find Tuatha attacking the village. All those people dead, at the hands of those monsters. We drove off the first group, but they just kept coming. The survivors scattered. I left to find where the Tuatha had come from. Most of this place fell in the war. But it appears the lower levels were mostly unharmed, lucky for us. Those of us who could defend ourselves went out to find supplies. The rest stayed and helped in ruins. Tuatha picked us off, one by one. Are we going?
さあ、じゃあ、何？一緒に作戦をって言ってたけど。あとは特にない？ で、これはどういう感じでいけばいいかな。向こう、結構でかいよね、これね。まあ、ここまで来たし、こっち先行っちゃおう。これは宝箱なのか、扱いとしては。おお、違う違う違う。いやー、いらないいらないいらない。ダッシュしたいだけだから。で、ここにもいるね。で、これは宝箱じゃない。この先も2匹。さあ、ここまで来たぜ。でけえな。向こう行った方が良かったかな、先に。失敗したっぽいな。こりゃ、繋がってなさそう。オッケー。で、レバー倒す。何かが起きる。ちょっとだけ開いたか。結局は全部回んないとあれかな。扉は開けれないと。もう一箇所。で、レバー開ける。拾う。でだ。さあ、こうなるとこっち行っていいんだが、戻ってあそこやった方がいいのかって話だよね。ちょっと失敗したかもしんないね。先行っとくべきだったね。ちょっと行こうか、先。ここに何かあるわけでもないのかな。まあ、ちょいとお金が入ってる壺が落ちてるぐらいなものか。宝箱。これだけか。で、隣の部屋にモンスター何匹か。と言っても別に何かあるわけではないような気がするな。まあ、宝箱があるぐらいなもんか。やっぱりこっちが先だったんだね。 まあいいでしょう。OK。一応これでこっち側の探索が終わったので元の場所に戻りましょう。なんだこれは戻れる場所がある。でも行き場所は向こう。一回上がって上見といた方がいいかな。それとも帰り道にあそこから出ろっていうことかな。これか。OK。行きましょう。どこへ
？If I know my father, he'll want to thank you in person. Are we going?
そういうこと。入れないようにするのが目的だったのかな。そうかそうかそうか。それでこっから出ろと。そのための口か。どこに出る？宝箱ゲット。で向こうに戻りゃいいんでしょ。飛びましょう。
Has anyone seen Candia lately?
I will never forget what you have done for me, and Anella. No thanks could ever be enough, but please accept this humble reward. Just an old merchant with his share of grief, but his share of fortune too. I have a home here in Tyrion's Rest, and my daughter by my side. Not a bird to be caged, I'm afraid. Still, I hope her time on the Tawili coast has opened her eyes to the realities of the world. I too dream of seeing Culn rebuilt, but I fear it will be years past this war's end before such a thing could be.
はい、これでこのクエストも OK かな。ということで、そうだね、区切りも良さそうなので、今回はここまでということで、よかったらまた次回も見に来てください。チャンネル登録、そして良ければいいねボタンの方もぜひよろしくお願いします。まだもうちょっといろいろとクエストありそうだし、家の中もまだ探ってないのあるんでね、当面はここのエリアのクエスト、まだやっていくことになりそうですね。というわけで、それじゃあまた会おうぜ。